So Pokimane is leaving Twitch and going to YouTube. Twitch is regressing. I want to say that I don't think that Twitch is regressing at all. I think Twitch is fine.
There was a point in my life where I assumed everybody was older than me. Get into an Uber, the driver's probably older. Start a new job, my coworkers are probably older. And if I watch the NFL and I see a quarterback on my damn TV, he's probably older. Those times have changed. Patrick Mahomes is literally younger than me. And I realize it's also changed at my current job as a live streamer. I'm one of the people who have been here longer, one of the older people. And I feel like people aren't appreciating.
Imagine how this makes me feel.
That fact. The live streaming landscape has changed a lot. I even just wanted to check. So I looked.
Doc never is allowed to. Doc cannot quit. He cannot quit, bro.
Were the biggest live streamers in the world as far as English-speaking live streamers 4 years ago, January 2020.
To be fair, Summit's like
a lot of names here that are mostly my age or older. The Summits,
so it's about my age.
XQC's, the Lyrics.
Yep.
Now, there's some familiar names there, like Tyler and XQC still, but also a lot of young names, the Jinxies, the Quesos, the Kais.
This is good, by the way. This is super good, and I'm so happy for this. I'm so happy that there's a new generation of guys that are coming up, that are having fun, that are farming, doing the same shit that we used to do 10 years ago. It actually makes me really happy. I know that might sound silly, but I think it's fucking awesome.
Live streaming at its core is a young man's game, and it's changed. It's changed so much, and I want to talk about how much it's changed today, speaking through the lens of Pokey. Because she tweeted out something cryptic a couple days ago. The end of an era. Twitch has been my home for a decade, ellipsis. And then posted a screenshot of someone downloading the Twitch app, but her face is there because she's basically been the face of Twitch for a long, long time. People thought she might have signed somewhere exclusively. But that didn't exactly happen. She followed up today and she said, let's explore something new together. First YouTube stream tomorrow. No strings attached.
So she doesn't have a contract. I mean, this is kind of obvious, right? I mean, Dan said that Twitch isn't giving out big creator contracts. So she probably tried to re-sign with them, or they didn't offer her a re-signing, and so she's streaming somewhere else. Okay. Yep. You probably don't need to. Yeah, they don't need to. Like, they don't need to, and this is the reality, is that Twitch is the best place right now to watch live streams on. According to the market. Now, in my opinion, I think Twitch has too many ads, and I think the Twitch video player isn't very good. I think YouTube is better in all those ways. But for the users, a lot of users don't interact with chat. Like they're like 80 to 90% of people, maybe 70, depending on like really engaged chats, but like less than half, on almost any chat, right? Less than half of people actually engage with chat. But I think that almost everyone appreciates chat. So what ends up happening is that you go to YouTube and the chat sucks. And even though you're not really typing in chat, it doesn't really matter to you, people still care about that. And I think there's a community that exists on Twitch that people, and like, I think this is stupid, by the way. Like, here's, just so you guys know, this is my chat experience. Like, I don't even have any fucking emotes. I don't look at this bullshit. That's fucking stupid. So yeah, I mean, just keep that in mind, guys. Like, I don't even spend any time looking at this or any time caring about this at all. So I'm definitely one of the boomers, but also I'm not the only person. No emote extensions. You're right.
To theory guess on what that means, she expanded on her podcast and said she's not signing an exclusive deal with any platform.
Yeah.
And then she followed up and said Twitch has regressed a bit, and that's why she doesn't want to be exclusive there or put as much energy into just streaming. She called it messy.
By the way, I think Pokimane is making the right decision. I think this is 100% the right decision for her to make. If I were her, I would do this.
But it's true. we haven't seen these huge exclusive deals, the ones that I used to talk about all the time, like XQC signing a $100 million deal, in a while. In fact, think back to the last YouTube exclusive streamer. Like, who got signed recently? There have been some re-signs.
I think, didn't Valkyrie re-sign? I think Valkyrie re-signed. That's the only one I can think of right off the top of my head super recently.
I got re-signed just a couple of months ago. But the last person who I think exclusively signed with YouTube was FaZe Swag back in September 2022.
Yeah, YouTube's not investing into live streaming. My expectation is that I don't think YouTube wants live streaming to pop off. Because YouTube, if everybody starts live streaming on YouTube, the deluge of like data and amount of hosting that will require will actually they probably did a cost benefit analysis or something. And they're like, if we have the same ratio of people streaming that Twitch does, we're going to lose like, hundreds of millions of dollars. So I actually think, that YouTube probably doesn't want people to live stream in a lot of cases, especially not random people. Now, maybe I'm just totally wrong about that, but like, I think it's a factor.
It's a long time ago. And Twitch hasn't been doing a lot of exclusive signings either. In fact, they're trying to do the opposite. Dan Clancy, the CEO,
he said 100%.
Today we are taking it a step further and announcing that we are allowing simulcasting on any live streaming service.
Well, he also went out and like flat out said, we are not giving big creators big contracts anymore. He straight up said this in plain English.
Philosophy has been, hey, we don't want to sign anyone exclusively. We want to just have people stream on all the platforms possible, and we think our platform is the best, so people will go to us anyway. The only people who've been signing exclusively has, of course, been Kick. We've signed quite a few people exclusively. I believe the last one...
Wait, Destiny is signed exclusively to Kick? I didn't know that. Is that true? And Train isn't signed exclusively to Kick either.
Exclusively. I believe the last one that I can remember was Nick Merckx back in October 2023.
Yeah, it was a couple of months ago.
Kick has kind of slowed down a bit. To be fair, they did spend hundreds of millions of dollars, so I get it, but they've slowed down. Now, the reason everyone has slowed down isn't because of live streaming itself has slowed down. I mean, quite the opposite. In the past year, it's been doing better than really since COVID. Right?
Yeah.
If you look at this, January 2023, we had 2.4, almost 2.5 million average concurrent viewers. Now we're up to 2.6 with also more live streamers. So it's quite a healthy scene. But why aren't people signing exclusive contracts anymore? What happened to these 10 million, 5 million, $100 million?
What do you mean what happened to them? Well, we all know what fucking happened to them. They signed somebody for $10 million and they make $2 million off of it. So they say, well, let's not do that again. Like, I feel like it's kind of obvious, right?
Deals. And the answer is that it's just not worth it for the companies. I mean, look, these companies are spending a lot of money, not on streaming exclusively, but on running a streaming platform. Twitch literally cut 1/3 of its staff. So it doesn't make sense to start paying for exclusive content because it hasn't really shifted on who has a majority in the live streaming space.
Yeah.
And Twitch's philosophy of...
And we've had like 4 years of this happening. Because when did Ninja sign over to Mixer? It was like 2019 or something like that. Like we've seen this happen for 4 years now. It's not like it's some kind of like untested like paradigm. We know what this is. And also like the other problem is that a lot of streamers don't actually make very good content. They just have they have people that tune in and watch them regularly. But like the moment that you make that even a little bit difficult, then people just don't really care. And here's another problem, is that even if they were making good content, giving somebody a $10 million check basically tells them you're retired. So these people, they go over to the platform and they put in less effort than they did whenever they were doing it for free. So that's a huge problem as well.
Well, hey, we don't need to sign anybody because people just think we're the best platform and will stream on our website has somewhat held true. I did a survey,
Yeah.
and I asked 30 of the biggest streamers in the world what the best streaming platform was. 28 said Twitch.
I was in this survey, by the way.
One said YouTube, and one said multi-streaming. Nobody
So
said
he asked, I guess he asked himself, and he also asked Ninja.
To be fair, maybe I didn't ask the right crowd. But the fact remains, I think that era is gone. And I think that because YouTube has even said to me, hey, we're not going to sign you to another deal. Like, I'm currently signed to be a mostly exclusive streamer with YouTube. I can do some events on Twitch and YouTube like I've talked
Probably
about.
a percentage.
But after this runs out, it's kind of done. And I don't think they're going to sign anybody else. I don't think they're just like, hey, it's done for...
I think it will happen again. And the reason why I think it will happen again is because we talked about this not happening again before it happened again. Because after Mixer fell apart, people thought that nobody would ever get big contracts again, and then they did. I think that really it just will take another, some sort of like event that will cause a lot of attention to live streaming platforms again, or some sort of innovation in server computing space or something like that that makes live streaming much more profitable, like another catalyst, and you'll see this happen again.
For you, but we're going to do some other people. I don't expect that to be the case.
That's whenever I start streaming on Facebook, guys.
It could surprise me. We'll see. But I think that's mostly done. I think Twitch is the same. I don't think Dan Clancy wants to be in the business of paying people millions of dollars. I think Kick, although they have billions of dollars from stake and they could maybe sign some more exclusive contracts, I don't think they will be doing at least a lot of it because it seems to be just kind of a money hole and a money sink. And they haven't gained much market share by signing all these people.
I think that I actually think that Kick has gained a tremendous amount of market share. Like whenever I looked at a graph, it showed Kick at like 8% or something like that. It was like 6% of the market share. And to have a company that is in its first year have 6% of market share, I think that's really, really good. Like, you've got to keep in mind, like, Twitch has first movers advantage. They have Amazon behind them. Like, they have such a massive advantage. I don't know, it's 3 or 4? Oh, well, I mean, if it's 3, 3 or 4, like, I thought it was like 6 or 7 or 8. But, if it was only 3, like, yeah, it's probably not super great. But, yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the chart. I remember seeing it as being higher, though. Either way, I think that they're doing fine. It's just that you can't expect to build Rome in a day. And it will take a very long time to build up a culture on a platform like that. The same as it has on every other social media platform.
So that whole ecosystem for creators is dead. It is gone. And I don't think it is ever coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets a little worse for creators. Because I'm a little bit concerned that this could, long-term, impact Twitch. Is Pokey right to say that Twitch is a bit messy and it's regressing and it's not that appealing of a choice?
I think that Twitch being messy is a good thing. I think that Dan's approach to throw shit on the wall and see what sticks is a great idea. I think break things, see how far you can take it, and then scale back from there. I don't think that Twitch is messy at all. I don't think the nudity stuff matters at all. I don't care about that. Why would anybody care about that? I don't think anybody really does. The irony is that they spend less on big contracts they use to fund and improve the streamer platform and cut reduced ads to improve video experience. Viewers would support the platform so much more than they do. It's really hard to say. I think the big problem right now is that I think that there are too many ads on Twitch. But the problem is that there's no user data that backs up what I'm saying. Like, if you look online, you'll hear a lot of people saying this. But if you look at the graph, it's not happening. Like, these are complaints, but they're not actionable complaints. Like, Ludwig just showed the amount of people that are playing, that are watching Twitch. And it's only gone up. And the ads have only gone up. So it seems like there isn't the inverse correlation that people like to say, that, oh, the more ads you have, the less people will watch. That seems like it's not happening.
Well, let's take a look at some recent news. Obviously, they had the layoffs. But outside of that, they also dropped this, an update to several streamer payout programs. Now, I saw some people talk about this as if it was a good thing. They basically expanded the Partner Plus program.
Well, it is. How is it not?
Allowing people to get a 70-30 split. And before they had a 100K cap on that 70-30 split, they've removed that cap. That's mostly a good thing for people who are earning more than $100,000 a year. They just will be able to earn more money. They'll get more of their share.
More money.
But they also snuck
money.
a change to the Prime Gaming subscription payout model. And this one's pretty fucking huge. I feel like people didn't talk about this. They've changed it, so now when somebody gives you a Prime sub, it is a fixed rate, depending on where in the world you got your Amazon Prime membership. So if you're a North American streamer and you have someone from the U.S. who uses a Prime, you now get a flat
Bro,
$2.
St. Pierre is getting fucked over. They're only getting $1.2045. They're getting goofed around.
25 cents. When I streamed on Twitch, it would just count as a...
Bro, you can't even buy... Look at Turkey, bro. They're 9 cents. It's not even a dime.
Sub. So if I got a Prime, I would get 70% of that sub, $3.50. I mean, even if you got a 50-50, that would still be $2.50, right? And it's even worse if you have a lot of viewers who are outside of the U.S. Like, let's say you mainly stream to people from the U.K. You're only getting $1.80.
Oh, I see what he's saying. I get it. Okay.
Let's say perhaps you are an e-girl streamer and you stream content that is generally for maybe an audience from a country who doesn't have a lot of pornography. So
he's talking about Turkey.
Live streaming websites. Turkey, as an example, you now get 9 cents per Prime.
Yeah.
And it makes sense on paper. I think Amazon.
To be fair, those girls never get Prime subs. They never get subs anyway.
Turkey's like $1 a month if you do the currency exchange. So they shouldn't be like hemorrhaging $2.50. But this is a huge fucking change. And I think most people are now going to be earning less money as a Twitch streamer because of this change in Prime.
I think he makes a really good point. Ludwig does make a very good point about this because if you were getting 70-30 up to 100K, that means that you would be getting $3 or a little bit more, $3 and I guess 50 cents. Yeah, $3.50 per Prime sub, and now you're getting $2.50 or $2.45 or something like that. So yeah, it's gone down a lot, and even at 50%. You would still be getting $2.50. So by nerfing primes and also removing the cap, you might also just effectively nerf everybody. Was it 225? Maybe this dyslexia. Maybe I thought I read a 2.4, but yeah, it could be a 225. Either way, it's a nerf. It's a tremendous nerf because most people, like the amount of primers that I had were like 60 to 70%. So, like, you're taking, let's say you have 10,000 subs. Well, that's $10,000 less a month. That's a lot of money.
Great for the people who are part of the Partner Plus program who are earning more than $100,000. That's a pretty small list. Most streamers aren't there, right? That's like a couple thousand people.
Yeah, it's literally rich people problems. Like, I never gave a fuck about this anyway. It's not worth, like, the amount of people that this really affects is like so minimal. Who gives a fuck?
7 million people who go live every month, most are going to be negatively impacted. That, along with a lot of people trying out YouTube because of this new non-exclusive thing that Twitch is trying to explore, I think might hurt them long term. For example, there's a lot of streamers who started streaming on YouTube who are doing really fucking well. Like Moist Critical, whose viewership has skyrocketed on YouTube. He averaged about like 8 to 12,000 on Twitch. Now he averages like 15 to 25,000 on YouTube.
I feel like Moist would get a good amount of viewership on Twitch, especially whenever he wasn't multi-streaming. And also, I think like Moist Critical is like kind of like, in my opinion, the worst example. Because Moist Critical is he is the number one commentary YouTube content creator. He's number one by a mile. And so because of that, obviously more people are going to watch him on YouTube because he's so big on YouTube.
Doug has similarly averaged about 10,000 viewers on YouTube at any given live stream. We also have Tens, who's been live streaming on YouTube, and they've been doing incredibly well.
Good for him.
Even Point Crow, who right now is live streaming on YouTube to 2,500 people. On Twitch, he's at about 1,800. Now, live streaming...
Yeah, and I think all of those make sense. I think that if you have a platform that's based on YouTube, maybe it's a better idea for you to stream on YouTube, or at least simul-stream on YouTube. But for some people, like for me, I have, like, there are more people that watch me on YouTube than people that watch me on Twitch, but there's also a lot of people that watch me on Twitch, so I don't stream on YouTube as well. If I did, I'd be very curious to see what would happen. Maybe I should try this one day. Just as a test.
Like, excuse me, multi-streaming could be the meta. That could be the truth, and this would be great for Twitch.
Ninja was right.
But the reason people prefer Twitch is because, one, they have a lot more tools, so it's better as a creator to do the streaming.
Yeah.
But most lurkers, which is the bulk of all viewers, tend to prefer YouTube. And unless Twitch offers more money via Primes, which is basically a subsidized subscription that Twitch...
I don't know if lurkers really prefer YouTube, but I do think that YouTube provides a better video quality experience. And I think that YouTube provides a... well, I was going to say also something about video quality, but like, again, just better video quality in general. Oh, less ads. So there's like less interruptions from ads, and there's better video quality with like the ability to like more easily do playbacks, etc. So yeah, I think YouTube is better too. Like a lot of times I'll have problems with a Twitch broadcast, and then I'll be like, ah, fuck, okay, I'm going to open this up on YouTube, and I do, and it works just fine.
Gives to the viewers. What is the point of streaming on Twitch? Like, the culture's amazing.
Ads.
But if you're making...
the amount of money you make from ads, like I'll tell you guys, like you make so much money from ads. It's crazy. And then they have like ad incentive programs where they pay you to run more ads. That's why. That's why everybody's running ads. You think everybody has to run ads? No, they're running ads because they're getting paid to do it. Like every streamer that's complaining, oh my God, I have to run this many ads. You have to run this many ads because you click the button that said, I want to run this many ads because you're going to give me $9,000. So like any streamer that's complaining about the ads, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
More money and you get more viewers on YouTube, why will people stick with Twitch? So I have a bit of a prediction, all right? If Twitch keeps going down this current trend, and that's a big if they keep trying to cut costs, if they slash Prime even further, or maybe remove it altogether, I think we're going to see a big migration from people going from Twitch over to other websites. Not necessarily YouTube. But I've looked at the numbers. Here's Q4 hours watched for each website. You can see Twitch had a nice December, 1.79 billion. Still the big dogs. YouTube Gaming, pretty fucking close, though, at 467 million
Well,
hours.
I don't think this is a fair comparison. Because if you look at YouTube overall live streaming, because YouTube Gaming, who gives a fuck about gaming? Like the biggest platform, the biggest section in Twitch is just chatting. Let's look at all of Twitch versus all of YouTube live streaming. Like who cares about that? Like YouTube blows them the fuck out. Even now. YouTube's not even trying and they blow them out.
Watched, right? Just about like a fourth of what Twitch had. Kick had a bit of a bump, 112, still there.
Yep.
And then what might be interesting is also Africa TV.
This is just
because
Korea.
Twitch is going to cut all of their service in Korea.
This isn't going to have any impact on anything.
February 27th. And Africa TV is the second largest live streaming platform in Korea.
I think it's Africa,
so they
but
should see a huge bump in March. That'll be interesting to see. I want to look at these stats a year from now and talk about it, but that's the changing landscape. If anyone has lost their job in esports and is watching this, I hope you're doing good, man. It's devastating what's going on right now. It's changing everywhere. Everything's changing, but it's okay. It's okay that things change. We will all get through it together. I hope you have a good day. Thank you for watching. See you later. Goodbye. See you. This has been your update on nerdy shit. All right, goodbye. See you later.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. This wasn't even really about what Pokimane said. I'll look at a little bit more of that. I was hoping to talk more about that specifically, and I will, but I want to cover some of this stuff first. So number one, Twitch viewership and YouTube gaming viewership, I don't really think is the same, because YouTube gaming, like Twitch isn't just gaming, YouTube isn't just gaming. So like, I don't really give a shit about YouTube gaming. I want to see YouTube live streaming as a whole, and YouTube live streaming is bigger. Kick doing what's the Kick viewership? It's like 112. Like again, I think this is pretty good overall. For the amount of money that they've invested into it, maybe not, but I would say like given the infancy of Kick, this is a relatively successful service so far. But I think that also people are not going to move over to Twitch because Twitch has the two things that people want, streamers want. Number one, it gets you the most viewers, which Ludwig is saying is not true. But I think his frame of reference for that is a bit flawed because he's using people who have their primary platform besides tens. I think this guy right here, this guy's a big YouTube content creator.
Who right now is live streaming
Like if we
on
look
YouTube.
at Point Crow, he's got 2.6 million subscribers.
To 2,500 people on Twitch.
How many people does he have watching on here? How many followers does he have on Twitch? He's got 600,000. So it's like it's obvious that he's going to have more people watching him on his main platform. So I still don't think that these are really good like references of like different amounts of people that are watching. But he's playing the Pal World knockoff. Yeah, apparently, right? And so, yeah, we know it from YouTube. Ludwig being biased? No, I don't think he's being biased. I think that he brings up good points. It's just that with every point, there comes context. Like, he's like, I'm just explaining it in another way. It's not like he's wrong. It's just that, like, if you look at these people, this is going to have a perspective that is going to be different. Like, look at Doug, for example. Let's look. I'm not really familiar with his content. So let me just look this up real quick. So he's got 2.4 million subscribers. So of course he's going to go on there. Of course that's what it's going to be. Does he even have a Twitch? He does. What's his Twitch? He's got 800,000 followers. So he's got like a third, almost, a little bit more than a third, of his followers on Twitch versus YouTube. So all of these people, if you're a YouTuber, but again, like Ludwig is also right that in what he's saying is like if you're on YouTube already, maybe YouTube is the way to go. And also, so streamers, what do streamers care about the most? Clout and money. That's what it's about. YouTube doesn't pay you as much as Twitch does. And right now, you're not going to get a lot more viewers on YouTube unless you're already a big YouTuber that has an established platform. If these two things change, people will move over to YouTube. If they don't, people will stay on Twitch. It's just that simple. Couldn't you say that it's easier to get followers on YouTube than Twitch? I think that comparatively, their channel and their influence is larger on YouTube. Cynical view, but probably right. Well, is it really a cynical view to say that people that are doing something for a career will go where that career will have the most opportunities? I feel like, yeah, obviously I'm saying that streamers are doing it for the money, but whenever you're at a job, that's usually the goal, isn't it?